So it was a pretty busy weekend and week for me. On Friday, I had a long shoot over 9 hours, and then after that, I came home, took a quick nap, and then I was heading off to a celebration of life for someone I've known for a long, long time. I was not super close with this person, but our circles were really intermingled between friends and family. He's played in bands that my friends were in. I've done videos for those bands and all that kind of thing. So they were having a show in his honor over at 15 Broad, and they were also taking donations to release some of his music that he's made that he never put out. I was glad to be there. It was nice time, and then also lending an empathetic ear to people. You know, I lost one of my best friends in a very similar situation, so I definitely know what it feels like. On Saturday, I got up and watched Paris-Roubaix Femme, one of my favorite races of the year. And then I went over and met Aaron at Missing Falls Brewing for lunch. After that, we were heading up to an open house our buddy Jason was having at his company, Birchwood Supply. Really cool custom furniture pieces made out of vintage wood and all kinds of different things. He just has so much neat stuff around, so it's always fun to go up there and hang out. It was also really cool. Margaret from Zephyrline Workshop was there selling her caps, but then also fixing stuff on site. So she fixed 6 caps for me that I haven't been able to wear because the elastic had worn out. So good time hanging out with friends. We actually went over back to Missing Falls, ran into more bike friends, hung out with people from the open house. Just a great night. On Sunday morning, I got up and watched Paris-Roubaix, the men's race. Aaron and Ben came over. We hung out, had breakfast. After the race, Aaron and I decided to ride out to Kent. It was a nice day. The sun was actually out. It was in the 50s. I think the real feel was even warmer than that. The sun has been a rarity this spring, so it just pretty much felt nice to be out there. Aaron had a few cuts on the way out planned that we hit. When Aaron and I got out to Kent, we ran into our friends Aaron and Kat at the coffee shop, who were doing the exact same thing, riding bikes on a nice day, getting coffee, hanging out. So I've known Aaron since we were pretty much kids. We both played in bands and always ran in the same scenes, and then he would hire me to photograph his companies. But it's really been bikes that has made us become close friends, always riding together and hanging out in that aspect. back to one of these earlier gray days. This was on Wednesday, and that's Aaron and Micah and Ben. Brad's right behind me. You'll see him. But we were out riding bikes, and it got me thinking with everything that's been going on that I was mentioning at the beginning of the video. In about 2 weeks, I'm coming up on 10 years of doing this group ride. It's been a constant, evolving cast of characters. A few of us have been there for the whole time, but, people move through, people just show up when they can and all that kind of thing. But it just blows my mind that it has been 10 years. This is one of the most important things to me. I always think of like those groups of older dudes who have been golfing together on the same day of the week for however many years. This is kind of our version of that. It's funny that it really just started off with me meeting up with a buddy because it was the one night a week that he didn't have his kids and he didn't have to work since he works evenings. And it's still going all these years later, and it's just changed my life for the better in so many ways. Just my bike friends are everything, and they're the ones who are there for me during the dark times or the good times. And it just, I don't know, there's just nothing else like it. I also had a few solo rides even earlier in the week, just either riding my bikes to meetings or just getting outside to clear my head is something I do. I love riding with all my friends and having that escape. Other times, it's nice to go ride your bike and just have that sense of meditation. And sometimes, just like in life, you start out in the sun and you end up in the rain.